We are toasting a random baboon at a random zoo, videoed by a random person. Because God knows one thing is true on this program, and it will probably remain that way as long as I'm alive. If you can capture an unexpected animal fart and it comes our way, we're going to toast it. So this is the baboon, and when you look at the video, it's just sitting on a rock. It's not doing anything. It's not being aggressive. If you want me to hit it, you got it, Mike.
You know what? I'll take it. I got it.
You go ahead and take it.
Yeah.
And it's just sitting on a rock. We're videotaping it because it's a baboon, and then this happens.
What do a baboon ass smells like?
Not good.
You know?
I like how it picked up a little gusto toward the end. It sounded like it's coming. Yep.
It knew it was happening, man.
Fire that one more time.
Yeah.
You know he's trying to hold this right here. Because he pushes a little more. I am convinced all primates are the same. Like, let's drag this out.
The Mitchell Top 10!
So this is a little mashup between Bored Panda and VegOutMag.com, and basically it's
Veg Out Mag.
Veg Out Mag.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's nothing in
Not
there.
Meg Out Vag?
Veg, Miles.
veg.
Veg, like, vegetables.
That's
I
the new
switched to
Jason Statham movie they're working on. Meg Badge. It's going to be a hit.
That's what we call a Madonna
Just
concert.
straight up. Meg Badge.
Madge Vag.
The Meg Badge.
Got it.
Oh my God, look at that thing.
She gives that little pin. It's called the Badge of Honor. Madonna. Why did you steal a candy bar if it was your least favorite? Just typically, wherever they have candy bars, there's more than one, right? Usually got at least 12 to pick from. Like, why did you grab the one you like the least?
And it was just the opportunity. I was just like, I'm just walking by here, and this is a quick one to grab.
All right. And you got busted.
I got busted.
Bad Cub
Okay.
Scout. Okay, when you're in Cub Scouts, do you have to do merit badges, or is that
No,
Boy
you
Scouts?
do.
What do you do in Cub Scouts? Just age
Bobcat,
out?
Then you do wolf, then you do bear, then you do Weeblo, and you're out.
Yeah.
Why do they call it Weeblo?
Because
What does that mean?
It's 1 year in between Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts. For whatever
But
reason,
why
they
would
just
you
have-
call it like you're setting Weeblos up to get made fun of, right? Even as
Yes,
a kid,
Yes.
You're going to make fun of it because it stands for We Be Loyal Scouts.
Weeby Loyal. What do they come up with this in Harlem?
Weeble.
Yes, they did.
Yeah. We be loyal scouts, man. We call that a we. That's what they
it
came
was-
up.
it was Black
all
Bear
this
before that.
crap that you try to teach Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts, me upstanding on all this, and you came up with we be loyal scouts.
Weebelos.
Jesus Christ.
Weebelos.
You know what? I didn't steal a lot of food. I did steal a box of their ice cream once, but we had a party coming up, and
Is that the kind where you would freeze it? Or
So what they did
frozen,
when they
or-
did-
I'm sorry, deep fried.
the fried ice cream,
Deep fried, yes.
Yeah, we kept it. The freezer kept it at either -10 or -15 degrees, and then when you drop it in the fryer, the outside kind of caramelizes, but the inside was still cold. But yeah, I did steal some tortilla chips on occasion, uncooked, and a big ass box of ice cream.
Yeah.
But-
My last thing I gripped was a really
Grape?
good. No, it was a pepper grinder.
Yeah.
From a McMenamins. I got that. More than likely, I'm going to take things from restaurants. I don't know why, but
Because they have the little thing. Like, look, man, you know, like the little hand cheese grater thing, the one where you crank it? I had never seen one before. Then we started getting it at a restaurant I worked at. I didn't even know what it was at first. And then I see our wait staff go out there, and they're just showering Parmesan. And look, man, I love Parmesan. So I stole like 3 of those. I mean, those
still
things
got
are
one.
awesome.
I'd love to have one of those.
I believe I still have one at home,
all right.
actually. Yeah.
So the biggest heist that I can ever
What, Mike? I can save money, man.
As
and
far
I
as-
like Parmesan.
you
and
need
it makes
3
it
of
easy.
them?
Okay, so as far as a
'Cause
plan,
they were there.
Your peak boomer when these modern conveniences genuinely confuse and annoy you. Contactless payments when cash works just fine. Steve, I know that you're a huge advocate for cash.
I'm a big advocate on cash because it's a lot faster and I don't run into problems.
It was faster.
It was faster. Now, okay. You're paying with cash. I'm like, it's money. My God, you think I'm paying with gold doubloons? I'm like, this is U.S. currency, man.
have you tried
$5
Have you tried to
bill.
walk into McDonald's and order something?
No.
You can't.
No, you got to go up to the doggone
You
screen
can
now.
only go through the drive-thru and talk to a human.
Right.
Maybe not even a human at the drive-thru. Might be AI with a voice.
Right.
You give the order, but you still talk to somebody.
Right.
So if you walk into McDonald's and go, "Can I put an order?" They'll go, "Use the screen.
Right.
Use your app. Get away from me."
Right.
You're like, dude, but I want extra pickles.
I do love the shift, the quick little left turn there. Welcome to McDonald's. Are you using our app today? No. What you want?
Yeah,
Right.
Oh,
All the pretense drops.
Kohler has made a new $600 camera for your toilet.
Camera? What are we
from the
looking for?
bottom, so you can watch the. You can watch the birth.
I mean, do we need like a 3D movie of what it looks
Here
like?
it comes.
Basically, it's to help monitor. It's to take a gander at it, and they can send you like a detailed what you got
Is this
going
a
on in
camera
there.
down into the water, or is this a camera up top?
I think it's facing downward
Okay,
into the
all right.
water.
So it watches the diver.
But
hit the
I
water.
do want a fisheye lens on that thing so I can see the bird.
I want to see the bird. I see it go down the toilet.
Right.
As soon as I flush it, we all get that experience.
Exactly.
Like I said, I want to do a 3D movie where it looks like the alien breaking out of the guy's
Right.
stomach.
And then I want a screen right at the wall right in front of there so I can get an instant replay.
Oh, yeah. I'd put it on the screen outside of the bathroom.
Right.
So someone said, what are you doing in there? Like, look at the screen.
And depending on the movement, you could very well cover up the camera.
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
Uh-oh.
I want to feel like Stilo on Ridiculousness. Like, hang on, look at this over here. You can see that right there.
Can I suck it back in like a loogie?
He's just doing like a yo-yo movement.
I hate to admit it, I would watch that.
If you got a Playboy, the woman would be walking through a field, or it'd be a still of her.
Yeah.
If you got the VHS, you actually see her walking through the field.
And there's nothing hotter than a woman walking through a field.
So they normally
right.
put 2 or 3 centerfolds on one VHS.
Yeah.
But there's no sex involved. It's just her
Nudity.
doing the photo shoot,
Yeah.
right? So I took 3 or 4 of those, I'm pretty sure. Problem was I still lived at home.
Oh.
And these are big boxes. Like, these are not easily. It is very clear what this big pink box is. It's like, this is nothing that I would normally have on my own. Just like near E.T. and whatever else
E.T., Vanessa Del Rio, Gremlins.
Oh, box sets. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
box.
they're
Big
They
pink
were
box.
big. They were big ass boxes. I think that was like their marketing technique. Like, the bigger the box, the more you'll see it. I'm talking about the box the VHS tape was in. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, Mike, that's what it's called. Big boxes. The entire collection.
Mike, how
I'm
tall are you?
How tall am I? I am 5'10", 5'11" on a good day.
5'10".
So 5'10".
And how much do you weigh?
I just weighed myself 228.
228.
Oh.
Are you ready? I'm calculating your BMI.
Oh boy, this is gonna hurt. I'm obese. I know it. Am I at risk?
Where is it?
How's it not done? You put it in
Your BMI is 32.7. You are, in fact, obese.
Yeah, I knew it.
All right, where are you at?
All right, here we go.
Disgusting individual.
You are disgusting.
I am. I'm a
6 foot nothing.
I'm a poster child for the United States of A.
This morning I got on the scale. I was 208 pounds. Thank you, not smoking, for
208,
screwing that up.
Oh, were you
28. I am overweight.
Oh, you're down to overweight.
I'm just fat.
All right.
But you're not obese.
I am not obese. I am overweight.
And then
All
where are
right.
you at, Steve? You were.
Hold on. He's 6'4".
I am 6'4".
And how much do you weigh wet?
192.
Oh, you're skinny.
Both you guys are skinny. Ooh, 208 because you're not smoking.
23. You are healthy. How in the hell are you healthy?
The one who smokes, the one who drinks,
and cigarettes.
the one who doesn't eat
Look,
vegetables.
man, what do we hear? Every time someone hits 100 years old, no matter where they are in the world, there's the obligatory local news coverage of them.
Sure.
What's the secret to long life? And I swear to God, 9 out of 10 are like, whiskey and a cigar.
And now, the men's room legacy continues. Unfortunately, what you're about to hear is real. The members of this radio program are simply not that bright, or what some people would call educated. They are merely stupid. They're not trying to offend anyone on purpose. And all have played doctors on TV. You have been warned and are cordially invited to join the party. This is the men's room.
Forget it, man, and get with the countdown. Get with the countdown. Shake this square world and blast off for Kicksville. The trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill. You know what they say, shake your radio more than 3 times, and you're playing with it. You're listening to the men's room.
And away we go. Welcome to the 20th anniversary season, episode number 4,413. Along with Steve the Thrill Hill, the Ted Smith, and Mike Hawk. And you are the men's room. On tap today, Tara Daly and Steve Miggs from the Daily Miggs Morning Show. Join us once again. We will sit and spin. And today, we drink the Haterade with 10 of rock's most hated songs.
Yay!
We will play Profile This, plus headlines, the men's room shot of the day, fun with listener emails, and everyone's favorite, TV Time with Ted.
Clack, clack. Dangity dang.
All right, here we go. A woman's attempt at killing a cockroach burns her apartment down. Meanwhile, a dog escapes a crate at the airport and spends the next 9 days exploring around. Plane makes an emergency landing after banging on the cockpit door. A woman shares joys of newborn baby, but wait, there is a whole lot more. And a lion jumps out of a transport truck in South Africa, which is where they live.
Yeah.
That's all coming on today's very special episode of The Men's Room.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, if you're not expecting company, but there's a knock on your door, you can't help but get a little suspicious. It's like getting a call from an unknown number. You're not sure, you feel like dealing with whatever unsolicited disturbance awaits you. Now, sometimes that attitude is validated. We go to Virginia, where a family was left terrorized after a group of Halloween-masked men tried to open their front door and gain entry. Keep in mind, they knocked first, and then it got creepier from there, and now the police are involved. Now, closer to home, here in Seattle, local resident one Mary Brunkow. She got a knock on her front door at 4 o'clock in the morning. Now, who's knocking on her door at the proverbial middle of the night? That would be the Associated Press, letting her know that she'd won this year's Nobel Prize for Medicine. Now, it seems kind of crazy that the AP did the same thing the next morning at 6 o'clock in the morning down in California to let a different winner know that they'd gotten the Nobel Prize for physics. And neither of these were a joke. Apparently, that's how Nobel let you know. Whatever time they decide, they knock on your door, wake your ass up, and tell you. Now, as far as that kind of stuff goes, I wouldn't have thought that the people at Nobel knocked on your door early in the morning, but at least it was good news. It was, in fact, good news. Sometimes you just don't know what's on the other side of the door. In fact, a passenger plane made an emergency landing for that very reason last night. The pilots lost communication with the crew, the flight attendants, etc., and then someone started pounding on the cockpit door. Well, the pilots feared what might be happening back there, and they made an unsolicited landing in Omaha, Nebraska, which truthfully is the worst part of that story. But today we're talking about your door. Sometimes someone's knocking, sometimes you hear a noise. There's people that open the door to find alligators or bears or mountain lions, or one woman, a frickin' monkey just opened her door on its own. But that's what we want to talk about today. Whatever's on the other side of the door just might be a surprise. So today's question is, who or what was on the other side of the door?
To be a part of the big show, call 206-803-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram at Men's Room Live. Send your emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com, and now watch the show live on YouTube at KISW Rock.
This week on The Rock. And the Men's Room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve at Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. But before we get there, I just want to point out my wife and I were at the bar yesterday briefly, and we heard the entirety of the song.
Oh, Mas Tequila?
Dude, it has to have been like 25 years. So like the song started, we're looking at each other like, why does this sound so familiar, man? And they're like, oh, right. It's an entire song. This just reminded me. But anyway, today we are toasting a random baboon at a random zoo videoed by a random person. Because God knows one thing is true on this program, and it'll probably remain that way as long as I'm alive. If you can capture an unexpected animal fart and it comes our way, oh, we're going to toast it. So this is the baboon, and when you look at the video, it's just sitting on a rock. It's not doing anything. It's not being aggressive. You want me to hit it, or you got it, Mike?
You know what? I'll take it. I got
You
it.
go ahead and take it.
Yeah.
And it's just sitting on a rock. They're videotaping it because it's a baboon, and then this happens.
I wonder what baboon ass smells like.
Not good.
You know?
I like how it picked up a little gusto toward the end. It
You're
sounded
right.
like it's coming. Yep.
It knew it was happening, man. It knew
Fire
it was
that one
coming.
more time.
Yeah.
You know he's trying to hold this right here. Because he pushes a little more. I am convinced all primates are the same. Like, let's drag this out.
Yeah.
That's one of those farts that makes your butt itch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to itch when it dries.
All right. Thank you, Baboon. So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy!
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bichola.
All right, it's going to get tested on the line now for Profile This 206-803 Rock. Profile This is next.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
And Stephen Thrill Hilton, please tell everyone how Profile This is played.
Oh, a sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth, 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 Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Now, look, here's the thing. I don't know if you guys knew this, but there's a lot of Seattle sports going on.
Yeah.
Some football team, then some baseball team.
Where
there's
did the
some,
people go?
And then some hockey thing, even Ted's in Austin, pooping out barbecue. So today, you two
Okay.
will be competing against one another.
Game on.
And you have your choice of one of three categories. Today, we offer you Hit Me With Your Best Shot, where you guess the unconventional object that someone used as a weapon. Animalize This, where you guess the animal responsible for causing the problem. And finally today, Seriously, where you guess the petty conflict that led to violence.
Let's go Animalize This.
Police in Florida, they responded to a Daytona Beach neighborhood where locals spotted an unusual animal visitor. The Daytona Beach Police Department said officers responded quickly to the neighborhood where the unexpected visitor was spotted, quote, roaming around. Well, a video shared by the department shows officers attempting to apprehend the critter next to a resident's air conditioning unit. Now, the animal attempts to flee, but it is grabbed by an officer while trying to squeeze through a fence. Now, police speculated the animal was likely someone's escaped pet due to its size. Now, maybe it's someone's pet, maybe it's not. The question is, what is the animal in question? Was it an iguana? Was it an alligator? Was it a monkey? Or was it a pig? So iguana, alligator, monkey, or pig?
Well, the fact that they had to say that it was likely someone's pet means that it's an animal that you might find around there. It's just it was a different size. So that leads me to believe either iguana or gator. I'm going
I
to
also said Florida, so all four are in play.
all
Yeah.
four are in play because they do have wild monkeys there, don't they?
Yes.
Which is still crazy to me.
That is, it's
But-
Florida.
It is. But I think I'm going to stick with gator. I think it's Florida.
Gator.
I think they found the right size, and I think they believe it to be a gator.
Would you reach down and grab an alligator?
Depending on the size.
Okay.
I'm going to be in Florida a couple
Based,
times.
been
based,
our
on,
mind boy.
based on the fact that he so easily reached down and wanted to pull this thing out of the hole, I'm going pig.
Going with a pig.
Going pig.
Trying to squeeze through a fence.
What
See-
did Officers Wrangler there? Was it an iguana, alligator, monkey, or pig? We'll find out next.
That was a tease.
You are listening to The Men's Room.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Grill. 99.9 KISW.
Categories, Analyze This.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Grill. 99.9 KISW.
Categories animal access on profile. This week in Florida, police in Daytona Beach responded to an animal roaming around. Once the animal tried to escape and go into a hole or tunnel or wherever the hell it went, the officer grabbed it and yanked it out. Question is, was the animal an iguana, an alligator, a monkey, or a pig?
And that is the very question that I posed to you fellas there. And Mike, you came up with a gator. Miles, you went with the pig.
I went with a pig.
You went with the pig. Mike Hawk.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry,
Damn
it
it.
was not a gator. Miles, you went with the pig just based on what animal would you willingly be able
Correct.
to grab, which is good thinking. No, but it is Florida, so they willingly grabbed an iguana.
Ooh,
Apparently, it
that
was
could have been that
big.
could have been wild then.
Well, they just said it was so big. That's part of it's so well fed.
okay.
I still wouldn't grab one of those things.
All right. Now for all TV news all the time, it's time for TV Time of 10.
KISW.
All the shows, away we go. Welcome to the 20th anniversary season, episode number 4,413. What a large and a charge program we have for you today. A guaranteed future repeat. Once again, we'll be joined by Taryn Daly and Steve Mix from the Daily Mix Morning Show to Sit and Spin. Coming up at 4:30. Today we have 10 of rock's most hated songs.
Cool. That's a great idea.
Right.
Can't wait to listen.
Yeah. Well, rock bands, a lot of them go through different incarnations.
Sure.
Of what they started out as. Sometimes that goes in a better direction. Oftentimes they stay true to the formula. Sometimes they completely veer off course. And oftentimes, those songs, the ones you hate the most, are the ones that are the most profitable and more popular for the band.
I was going to say, 9 times out of 10, if you like the band, the song that you hate most is the single. right?
Well, yeah.
It's just one of those things. I don't know why that is, but for whatever reason, it just seems to be true. No matter what genre, you're like, I like this artist, I hate this song. You're like, yeah, it's number 5 on the charts.
Right. You know? God, Jefferson Airplane. Iconic San Francisco band, hippie-type band. They were kind of in that Grateful Dead scene back in the day with Santana and Steve Miller. And then they did We Built This City.
That was Starship, however.
That was Starship. It was
Because they
still
went Jefferson Airplane to Jefferson Starship to just Starship. When they went Starship, that was their way of saying, hey, we're going to suck.
Kind of the same band, but not really. I mean, they were close to the same.
Loosely based on.
Exactly. So the songs that you don't like from your maybe favorite rock bands. So the 10 rock songs that are the most hated.
Okay.
Coming up with Sit and Spin on the way at 4:30. And today we're going to talk about who or what was on the other side of the door, 206-803-ROCK. And we start with this one, and it only could happen in Florida. A Florida homeowner had an unexpected visitor Friday morning when an alligator was spotted knocking literally on the front door in their Tortuga community. That's about 145 miles southeast of Tampa. According to the Facebook post from the Lee County Sheriff's Office, deputies from the 3rd Precinct were called to the neighborhood after residents reported a suspicious alligator on their doorstep.
What makes the alligator suspicious? My question is, an alligator has knocked on my door, okay? I look outside, I go, that's an alligator. What's the point where I say, but this alligator's suspicious?
He's wearing a ski mask.
That'll do it.
Yes. Deputies responded quickly after footage showed the reptile leaping up toward one of the front doors and trying to enter. After some effort, they managed to secure the roaming alligator. It was safely turned over to a licensed trapper. According to authorities in their social media post, deputies joked, how's that for taking a bite out of crime? No injuries or damage were reported. This is one of the reasons I don't get a ring cam.
Yeah, I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
But wouldn't you rather know the alligator's out there than just you hear this at your door and you open it and he's like, hey, it's a gator?
No.
There is that point.
Yeah.
That is a strong point. I guess living in Seattle, I feel less inclined to get a ring cam because inevitably I'm just going to see the face of someone who stole crap off of my front porch.
I don't want to walk out
That'll never be found.
to my door and every day have to look down underneath my car or truck to see if there's an alligator under there.
Yeah.
Or whatever it could be. I don't want that paranoia of knowing that whatever's out there is out there. Because I will be...
But I think I'm with Ted on this. In a place like Florida or maybe like rural Colorado where the mountain lions are roaming around, maybe I get a ring camera there. Because I'm in my mind, it's less likely that it is a human being on the other side as far as anything I'm worried about. But maybe it's an alligator, maybe it's a mountain lion, maybe it's a brown bear, whatever. But, if it's a human, maybe you can negotiate your way out. If I open the door and there's a bear, like whatever the bear wants, that's what the bear's going to get.
Seattle's just going to be a little bit weirder as far as the activity.
I don't need to see it.
It might not be wildlife. Could be a coyote or something like that.
Nah.
But for the most part, it's going to be the human species.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, where you live especially, you're just going to see a lot of people peeing in your yard.
Right.
And
correct.
occasionally pooping.
Yeah. The woman who pooped in my yard was probably one of the strangest experiences I've ever had. As far as living in a place and having that kind of neighborly experience.
Yeah, that should not happen.
And my wife said, I can remember, because I was kind of in and out of consciousness at that point. I was right into the deep sleep.
Yeah.
And she's like, Miles! And I'm like, yeah, baby, what? I mean, jarred me up. Like, what is it? She's like, there's someone taking an S in our yard. Oh, no. What do I do? And I said, I don't know. Throw him a roll of toilet paper?
No, what are you going to do?
I'll take care of it in the morning. I'm not going to get out there and do anything about it.
Did you have to pick it up in the morning?
Yes.
There was a pile of human S just sitting in your yard.
Yes.
Did you yell like, just stop, get out of my yard?
I kind of remembered this in the morning when I woke up.
Wasn't the
But I'm
first
telling
thing.
you right now, like I was into the beginning of a deep sleep.
Yeah.
So that's all I really remember. I remember she opened up the slider. I don't know if she said anything to the girl. I don't know what the deal was. I just remember in the morning getting up and going, all right. And I had dogs then. So I already had poop bags.
As I said, do you use a dog poop bag to pick up her poop?
I did.
Was it bigger than an average dog S? See, I'm thinking I would go for like the Safeway plastic bag because it's a pile of human poop.
I will say this. I think when you're in that situation, it's the worst case scenario.
You would assume.
Right.
Yeah, I'm surprised it was solid.
It wasn't. It was just a regular poop.
Oh, really?
Which I thought was like, look, it was almost just like, look, I got to poop, I'm going to poop.
So she just pooped then. This is not an emergency. You can look at an emergency poop and say, I understand what is happening.
I know the difference.
Yeah.
I definitely know the difference.
This is just poop.
It was just a couple logs of poop.
Does that bug you more? Like, lady, seriously, I can look at your poop and I know you could have held that.
Well,
I know you
exactly.
could have
kind
held
of
that.
impressed.
Exactly.
Like, man, she must keep a healthy diet besides when she gets hammered at night.
I mean, sure.
It was
but
on the
again,
ledge. Like she squatted on the ledge and just laid it right down on the little retaining wall.
Yeah.
But it was, I was like, that actually happened.
That is poop. All right.
That's what I want the ring cam.
Yeah. Well, like I said, where you live, definitely not. I don't need to see it because I know what I'm going to see. Just the toothless guy being jittery, stealing whatever it is I've ordered.
Yeah. I've got a little table out there, and there's a couple places where you can stash stuff. So for a while there, I would wake up in the morning and just various people would start storing their stuff, like underneath the table to keep it out of the rain.
Yeah.
Or I got a little tarp out there. They put stuff under there. So I would just pick their stuff up and put it out in front of my gate, out in front of the.
Sure.
I'm not going to take their stuff.
No.
Just like if you're coming back, look, just take the crap. But I'm not going to throw it away.
Yeah.
Or any of that crap. But always a little bit of weirdness going on.
I will say one of the last unsolicited door knocks I got, as it turned out, in the summer 3 or 4 years ago, I guess it was. And this was the first time we discovered that the bees had made a nest kind of like in the corner of our garage. And like I said, when you're a homeowner, you're just like, damn, I have to do it. No landlord to call, right? So whatever. But it had only been that day. I will get around to it. I'm not worried about it right now. Someone knocks on my door, open the door. It's like an 18-year-old kid, maybe 17. You got khaki pants on. He has a white button-up shirt, and immediately I'm thinking he's going to sell me this religious crap. So, I mean, my face just changes, and he takes a step back. Obviously, my expression is like, I really don't feel like talking to you. And I'm ready to, like, read this kid the riot act. Like, do not knock on my door. To whatever you believe, I do not care. Don't bug me. But I'm going to let him give his spiel first. So I immediately fold my arms. I'm mean-mugging this poor kid. And he pulls out this little pamphlet, and he's like, hey, I'm from so-and-so, like, bug extermination, right? And I'm like, are you effing with me right now? Which is probably not the way to say it, but it's just what came out of my mouth. He's like, no, sir, it's a family-owned business. We have a small thing. We spray for bugs. I say, hey, you got here on the right day. You guys deal with bees. And he's like, well, yeah, it's part of it, man. You know, it's summertime. I'm like, so I got this effing nest over there. I just discovered it. So they got hired, and we've had them, like I said, 3 or 4 years.
Wow.
Twice
nice.
a year.
So a positive knocking on the door.
It was
story.
positive, and I felt bad because I really opened the door with a lot of freaking attitude and just the way he's dressed. I'm like, here we go. He came like on the best day at the best possible time, and like I said, the family's been working for us now for however many years. But they do outsource some of their spraying. So he was the son of the owners. The last time they came to spray, about 2 months ago, I'm outside smoking a cigarette. This van pulls up. I have no idea who the guy is, but you can tell it's like a work van. He's got the ladders and crap. And he pops out, looks at me, and just gets worked up, man. He's like, my man, what is going on? Now, keep in mind, they don't put the company name on the van. So I'm like, who is this guy? I have not called for anything. Starts talking to me. Knows my name. Well, it turns out he's part of the bug spray people.
Oh,
So he's there to spray the house. They're not intrusive. They're just on the outside of your house. But he had been a cab driver in town like 15 years ago and had taken me home. And he remembered this.
Oh, nice.
He didn't know.
Okay.
So he was
that's
just
cool.
pumped to see you.
Nothing about the show. Does not know me from Adam other than because he's like, do you remember me? I said, man, I'm sorry. I really don't. Just smiling the whole time. I used to drive a cab in Seattle. Again, I'm like, okay, man. He's like, no, man, I've given you a ride home before, blah, blah, blah.
Is that the guy that gets that used to take me to the airport and get me stoned?
Not that guy.
Okay.
That guy I remember.
Because I know
dude-
Ted, I think he's taken you to the airport before.
Yeah, because he smokes a joint with us anytime.
Yeah, that guy's been in my apartment.
Oh,
All right. He's a decent guy.
Well, you just kept
Yeah.
the weed smoking going.
Well, it was like the end of a night. And I was like, how much longer are you working? He's like, I'm really not. I was like, you want to come inside and hit some bingers?
Okay.
Why not?
Yeah.
Not him.
I remember that
The guy's
guy.
nice enough to give you a ride. Why
Oh,
not?
Yeah.
Second year of college, moved from a 3-bedroom
5
apartment.
stars, by the way.
Oh, yeah. High rating.
3-bedroom apartment with 5 guys in it into a big house. And this was a big, big house. And I think there were 7 of us living there that actually paid rent. And then we had 2 or 3 scragglers in and out all the time.
Inevitably.
They would sleep on the couch and everything else. We were probably there. We moved in kind of in the middle-ish of the summer, and then school started. All right. So I don't remember how long we were into the school year. It was either like a Tuesday or Wednesday night. It was not a partying night. It was around midnight or 12:30. and there's a banging on the door. And I will never forget this because I remember the chick's name. So this dude is banging on the door. Now there's a screen door, then there's a main door. He's banging on the screen door, which is louder because it's like aluminum, whatever.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. I open the door. He's already got the screen door. He opens up the screen door and he starts walking into the house. And he's like, I'm just here for Jules. I'm going to go and check her out and see what's going on. I was like, Jules.
Do you know who this guy is?
No idea.
Okay.
No idea. And he's like, no, man, she knows I'm coming over. And I was like, she does. This is also before cell phones. So
Yeah.
But he's hammered. And right when you open the door, there's a set of stairs that start going upstairs. He starts tromping up the steps. I'm like, dude, hey, where are you going? And he's got his hand on the handrail, and he turned the corner at the top of the steps. And I'm like, I went in the living room, like, guys, somebody just walked in the house.
Right.
I said, they just went upstairs. So my buddy Matt, he's like, I'll take care of this. So he goes up there, and I don't know what he said to him, whatever, but Matt starts walking the guy down the steps. And the guy's like, I just want to see Julie, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, I promise you, man, there's no one named Julie who lives here. I swear to God, there's no Julie here. He leaves, whatever. We did see him out another night. Lo and behold, when the mail starts coming in, there was a woman who lived there named Julie.
For sure.
I'm sure she lived there the year before we did.
Right.
Like most college kids, you stay in a place for a year or two, and then you move on to something else. But he was absolutely adamant that she was there. He knew where her bedroom was. He marched right upstairs to go to it, which was actually Matt's bedroom.
It's also weird that he didn't think it was strange that going to, quote-unquote, Julie's house, a man he does not know opens the door, and then another group of men are sitting in the
Well,
living
again,
room.
this is a house that 7 to 8 people can live in.
So there must have been a bunch of girls that lived there before.
It's a huge Victorian. Could be guys, could
Right.
be whatever. I mean, it's just a big-ass house. And he walked in, man. He came down, and we're trying to convince him, like, man, whoever Julie is, she does not live here anymore, man. I swear to God. He's like, man, I'm sorry, man. I just, I
want to
know
get some butt.
I know this is the house, but I'm like, it could have been the house. We just don't have anybody. We don't have any female roommates.
Right.
I said, we just moved in, like a month ago. or
But
whatever.
Frank swings both ways. Give him a shot.
I mean, why not? But that was pretty big. He was hammered. We saw him out probably, I don't know, 6 months later, whatever. He had a very distinct look to him. And I was like, you're the guy that came into our house on Grand Avenue and walked upstairs looking for Julie. And he's like, man, I kind of remember that.
Yeah, I was going to say, does he
He's like,
remember?
I kind of remember that. Yeah, it's like, you walked up the steps, man. And then my buddy Matt, my roommate, went up there and he got you. And somehow he convinced you to come back downstairs. I don't know if he opened his door to show her, like, hey, if this is her room, look, I'm in here now, kind of thing. I don't know what the hell would happen. But he had a vague recollection of doing a vague recollection.
That sounds about right, though.
But he was also like, yeah, man. He's like, that's nowhere near where I live. And I was like, well, yeah, okay. So what? I mean, I think you had to walk there on purpose, looking for her.
That is an ass call, for
that
sure.
night, for sure. And he was like, man, I'm sorry. He's like, I don't remember much of that night.
That's all good.
That's
man.
just muscle memory of like, this is where I used to
Absolutely.
hook up with Julie.
I'm
going over there.
Whoever Julie is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but she was one of those people that I then did the BMI or Columbia House 10 records for a penny deal.
Oh, you use her name?
Oh, if there
Yeah,
was
yeah.
any kind of mail that came in with a name on it, there was not any of us. I absolutely signed up for 10 brand new CDs for a penny.
Thank you, Julie.
Or whatever the deal was. The more the names came in, the more I just kept sending it out.
Do you know anyone that actually paid off their Columbia House membership?
I did.
You actually paid it off?
I did when I lived at home with my parents.
Because it was what? You got like 12 CDs for a penny, and then once a month, they
was
sent you
either-
like their CD of the month, but you still had to pay them
It was
like
either
$12 or something.
Well, it was either Spin or Rolling Stone. So I did one of those. But by the time you got the CD, it was about $18.95.
Right.
Which was, almost not double, but it was 40% markup on what you would normally
Sure.
get. Now, the problem with those companies were, not when you did it in a false name, but they would
Much easier when you lied.
But they would send you the CD of the month. Mm-hmm. And you could not stop that.
Whether you wanted it or not.
You had to send that back.
Yeah.
So, like, for an example, Taylor Swift. That would probably be the one that you would get
Guaranteed.
within the next 2 or 3 months. Whatever was new, it wasn't necessarily in your genre. It was just like, this is the most, the Madonna or whatever it was that came out. That's what you would get. You would get the new Michael Bolton.
That was my issue with it. Like, I bought 12 records from you. All of them are rock. And then you have made the decision. Obviously, this guy likes rock. That is everything that he has selected. Let's send a Madonna. Like that. No.
Michael Bolton.
Yeah, that's
Well, whatever the most popular thing was.
No, I know. It's just funny. Like, That's right, like all the genres. And it's like, I don't care what your genre is. If you're not a Michael Bolton, that's an odd one.
It would be Kenny G. Whatever they thought, whatever was selling, and they thought the people liked, they would send that out as your trial CD.
Mm-hmm.
But if you opened it, it was yours. Keep that in mind.
The whole thing.
You couldn't listen to it and go, I don't want this. I'm sending it back. Our question, who or what was on the other side of the door? 206-803-ROCK.
KISW.
All right, Arlo, as we like to do, you do a lot of different types of play-by-play, and you've done everything from cricket to NFL football, which broadcasts on the BBC in Europe. Mm-hmm. Of course, you're the voice of the Seattle Sounders FC, and anything else that you can freelance out and make a buck or two. But it's
available for children's parties.
Yeah, have you had any interesting offers that you've ever turned down? Have you ever turned down a gig?
Probably not.
I mean, table tennis. What would it take for you to go, no, I'm not doing that?
I did. At the aforementioned, that would be interesting, particularly on the radio. At the Athens Olympics, I commentated on archery on the radio.
Did you?
It was brilliant.
What did you say? A tremendous docking point? I mean, what did people have?
We had the effects. It was in the Panathinaikos Stadium, so it's been there for thousands of years, and you felt like you're in the sea.
Like the Romans, probably.
Well, the ancient Greeks.
Sure.
Who
are they? One of the greasy Sicilians.
The Romans may have visited.
History, who cares?
So
there's all these Spaniards. What are they doing?
I think, what are you doing here? And there's a Brit. I'm there just to do updates, and there's a Brit who may get a medal, and wherever we follow the medals on BBC Radio, because we don't get many. So if we go and get one, it's a big deal.
Bullseye.
So it's Arlo, we're coming to you for live commentary of the last round, and I'm looking around looking for an expert that I can have sitting next to me. So I'm like, what did you think to that? Nobody.
No Peter Pan.
And it's over to Arlo White at the Panathinaiko Arena, where Joe Bloggs is going for a bronze for Great Britain. Yes, hello, welcome to the... and it was a case of having to, just make it up as I went along.
What was your call? Like, what was your signature call?
All you heard was...
He pulls the thingy back.
He pulls it back. And I can't remember the bow. He pulls the bow back. And as they did it, they split... It was like a Y, and it splits their nose.
Sure.
And he said it split his nose, the concentration on his face, and the bead of sweat pours down his forehead.
Robin Hood.
And then you hear... I'm so dying to make a Robin Hood reference.
His little green hat and tights. But you go like, bullseye. For the poor.
All you could hear is... and all I could say was, it's away. But then... And you don't realise just how far away the board is in archery. It's about 80 metres, so it takes a while to get there.
That means nothing to our listeners.
And it goes right up in the sky, in the air, in arcs, obviously. So I'm like, it's gone really high in the air. And it's coming down, and then you hear a doom.
It's like javelin.
And it thuds into the board. And you just have to know the colour.
The crowd goes wild at this point.
The crowd goes wild, and I go...
All 15 of them.
20! and you're making the rules. You're looking at the rules as the competition. It was scary, but exhilarating at the same time.
I can't believe I pulled that off.
That's tremendous.
And he came fourth. He missed out on the bronze in the end.
The Australian claimed the bronze.
It's away.
This might be more difficult than archery. We've got a video up here of our own Ted Smith getting waxed, so we're going to see if you could give us a little color commentary on this epic adventure.
Well, he joined us at the Panathinaiko Arena in Athens. The archery is finished for the day, and we've got a special event for you. It's professional pro celebrity chest waxing, and the Ted Smith has assumed the position. There he is, lying flat on his back. He has two able accomplices there. They appear to be greasing him up and preparing him for this, what can only amount to be an absolute ordeal. At the moment, it looks like the video of the alien autopsy from Area 51. And there goes the first strip of wax, and there is a tear pouring out the left eye of the Ted Smith. Boy, that looked painful. John, what did you think? Well, I've seen many waxing in my career, and this is one of the most painful I have ever witnessed. Thank you, John. Back to the action. Ted Smith is actually glaring down at his navel there, wondering how he got himself into this mess in the first place. Here comes another piece of wax. Oh, it's extraordinary. Absolutely extraordinary. I think that may have taken his left nipple off. They're checking, the judges are checking the underside of the waxing implement, and I do believe there's a nipple there. He may need to take a standing 8 count here. Ted is struggling. There's no doubt about it. He has it written into his contract that his chin is unwaxable. He will not allow his chin to be waxed. And here goes Marie, I believe her name is. This is for the hat trick. She lays down the wax. Very deliberately. Here it goes. It's just to the left of the offending area from the previous waxing, so this will be a little tender for Ted Smith here. She's just taking the top layer off there, just shaving a bit off with the nail scissors, but here she comes now. Oh, goodness me, we've fast-forwarded to the end. How on earth did that happen? As smooth as a baby's bottom there, the Ted Smith and his chest. It was an ordeal, but he's a brave lad. He's done it for the United States. He's done it for Maryland. Ted Smith is your Olympic gold medalist at chest waxing for 2011.
Arlo White, it's a drinking time! KISW.
On TV, walk the dogs and sucking down the pocket. Look at Duff McKagan live in the studio. From
watch Ted get trimmed.
Yes,
I wouldn't miss a good man.
Grab that microphone right there, Duff.
Can you believe how hairy this man is? Look at that. Look at that thing.
Yeah, so I was saying I wouldn't miss a good man wax.
Oh man!
Wow, when is this gonna go down?
Right now, Duff. Right now. Right now. Yes, it is. What are you doing? Are we a part of some documentary there, Duff? What are you filming?
Good to see you, Duff.
Are you mesmerized by the pelt?
It's great.
Look at his shoulders.
Everything but his head.
Hey, what's the score with the scissors? Did they actually have to cut the hair back some before
They were combing his chest and stomach here.
Oh! You all right?
How was that?
Oh, man, oh man. How you doing there, Ted? You all right?
It's just ticklish.
Duff, Duff, in the rock and roll world, do you do anything, body wise for your appearance? Anything?
Well,
I'll start at the other side.
I mean, honestly,
a gentleman doesn't talk about
no, we're talking to you.
Oh, God, that height when I can't, but I don't have.
Start this way.
I don't have the kind of body.
Not even close. Nobody does, man. Nothing that walks on 2 legs has that kind of.
Look at he's shaking. It's unbelievable.
Oh my God.
A couple more emails.
Look at how pale he is under there, man.
Let's see. I just want to let you guys know the Bremerton Navy Exchange Mini Mart is selling men's room ale. It's about time. That from Denise. Found the delectable brew at Foss Grocer in Kent. I swear, guys, it's like finding gold in the backyard.
Oh, fudge! Oh, God!
Kelly Closer!
Oh!
You'll be happy to know that Men's Room Red
can
sharing a shelf with Four Loko at Happy's Market in Ellensburg, Washington. That from Matt.
You all right, man?
Dude, do a nipple.
Oh, please don't cover my nipple with that wax.
Oh, it's fun. Give it a try.
Ladies and gentlemen, our own Lee Ted Smith, as part of the DTL lifestyle for the month of February, is getting his chest waxed from the Beauty Bar Spa and Boutique. Originally, I didn't know we were going to go full frontal on this. I thought it was just going to be the back.
No, man, he's going for the full thing because for the tan. I mean, let's face it, man. If you watch jersey shorts, the front and the back. So, and Ted has the luxury of being hairy all over, man. And ladies, have you ever seen a man this hairy? I mean, really?
Yes. Yeah.
Really?
They do this for a living, I imagine.
Like what percentage?
Not very many.
Okay.
Not very many this hairy.
Oh, sweet, I'm in the high percentile.
Oh my God!
Boost. That hurts up here, Miles.
I believe. I read his faces. Yeah.
Somebody needs to be fanning it.
Hey, Duff, really, what are you guys doing in here? You guys, what are you filming the documentary?
Oh!
So we can get a little inside peek on
I'm
what's
sorry,
going on.
I couldn't hear you.
Since he's getting this done, I might as well. What are you guys filming tonight?
Sort of a docudrama.
A docudrama.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you will.
And what is it about? Is it about the life and times of Loaded, or what's the idea?
Wish I was loaded.
we tried.
A loaded question. How about the Duff McKagan radio show? The thing that aired on New Year's Day.
Oh! Yes!
Any more powerful radio shows, Duff?
Keep it down, Matt.
Sorry, Duff.
Lose my train of thought.
Yeah.
The men's room. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK.
Commercial pilots flying out of Omaha, Nebraska got quite a scare Monday evening when they heard banging on the door of the cockpit. And they thought someone was trying to break in. American Airlines Flight 6569, bound for Los Angeles, turned around and made an emergency landing just before 8 o'clock. 36 minutes after takeoff from Epley Airfield. The FAA said the pilots declared an emergency when they could not contact the cabin crew. Turned out there was an issue with the plane's intercom phone system. So, unable to reach the pilots by radio, the crew resorted to knocking on the locked cockpit door, hearing only silence from the communication system. The pilots feared opening the cockpit door could end in disaster.
I understand that.
They say they have been reinforced the doors and are kept locked during flights in accordance with FAA regulations, implemented obviously after 9/11. Most planes are also equipped with a keypad system, allowing authorized crew to request entry, though it remains unclear whether this was used during the incident. Video shot when the plane was back on the ground, recording the pilot telling confused passengers, "We weren't sure if something was going on with the airplane, so that's why we're coming back here. It's going to be a little bit. We have to figure out what's going on."
Yeah.
Our question, who or what was on the other side of the door? 206-803-ROCK.
We got to figure it out.
We have no idea what's happening, but we've landed.
Yeah, right. We're on the ground now, so we'll tell you. We're just as scared as you are.
You know what, at that point, everyone's realized, once the plane is landed, if you're like, hey, we don't know what's wrong with the plane, like, don't care. We're on the ground, man.
Yeah, I told you, man, the last time I flew, when the pilot came out for their bathroom break, the woman who was in the first class doing the service up there, she was probably every bit of 5 feet tall. She looked like she was probably in her 50s or 60s. She looked like a little ball of fire, but she was probably 105 pounds.
Right.
And when they moved the entire drink cart in front of that entranceway to the front of the cabin up there where the bathroom is for the first class passengers, she's blocking that entrance. But you could really only see like from her nose up.
Yeah, just like.
And she's just standing there on guard. And I'm like, all right, man,
you got it.
Good luck.
I feel better.
Good luck.
And look, I've been on a plane where we didn't know there was a medical emergency at first.
Yeah.
But you can just tell it's slowing down and you're losing altitude. And it's like, there's a couple minutes where like my heart was kind of racing as I'm like, what is going on? And then finally they're like, we are making emergency landing because of a medical thing. You're like, okay.
Do they say what the medical thing is or just a medical thing?
So here was the whole deal. There was a medical issue because they asked for the doctors.
Okay.
Then we start slowing down, and you're like, uh-oh. Basically, it seemed like the guy must have died, and maybe they have a rule that you only can fly so far with the dead body. Because when we landed...
You think it's a rule, or do you think maybe the flight attendants are like, I am not comfortable with this. Land this damn plane and get the corpse off.
I don't know. As we landed, I want to say in Billings, Montana.
Yeah.
There was nobody there. An ambulance just showed up, and when it left, its lights were off.
Was anybody at the airport? Were you the only plane there?
Correct. And then at this point, somehow we were overweight. So they're like, is there a mechanic?
Took the body
But you took
off.
a body off already.
I hear you. But
And you'd already burned fuel to get there.
But then they were like, we need a mechanic to sign off on something. And then finally they're just like really any kind of mechanic. And you hear he goes, as you can tell, this airport is closed up for the night.
Damn, any kind of mechanic.
So eventually, after like 20
Is there a
minutes,
mechanic on the plane?
yeah, that's what they asked. And it was like a steady thing.
Was there?
Yeah, well, eventually we took back off and we did land in Seattle. So I don't know if somebody drove out or there was just a random guy that's like, I work on cars.
I just like the idea of, hey, now that we took a body off the plane, we're overweight.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you're right, and because they didn't
makes
fuel
no
up,
sense.
it didn't make any sense. And who knows? But it was.
Have you ever seen those guys out there with their electrical tape, taping a part of the wing? Or
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right before you're ready to take off, you're like, okay, that's
all you need.
That's duct tape.
Okay.
That's metallic duct tape, pretty much.
Yeah, they might spice it
I don't know
up.
if they're just doing it over seams or it didn't look like obviously this is a real
You
repair.
assume it's not something catastrophic.
Right.
Yeah.
You assume that. We don't know. You're still like, I don't know. Just seeing duct tape
Well,
on
you
an
see him
airplane.
like pulling duct tape, out of the spool,
Yeah.
like a regular. You're like, he's using duct tape.
Uh-huh.
Like, I'll be damned. Who or what was on the other side of the door? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Greg. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitch, hola.
Hola.
Well, guys, I was enjoying my evening watching some tube, and my wife rushes in and says, there's a raccoon on our porch. Come help me. And so I go out there and open up the door, and to my surprise, there is a little kitten that looks just like a raccoon. And he's just a little fur ball, so I picked him up, and he starts purring. He stunk real bad, so I took him in and gave him a bath.
Wait,
and
stunk
then,
like what? If you had to guess what the stink of fresh birth, stink of been pooped on, or what?
Okay, now where my house is located, there's kind of a swampy area down below next to the lake.
I gotcha.
Just kind of just stunk. And anyway, so I pick up this little kitten that looks like a raccoon. And my lovely wife, Shannon, confused this for a raccoon. And so I pick up this cat, I bathe the cat, it let me do that. And then I sit on the couch with this cat, and I grab my bass guitar. This cat it was picking up what I was laying down, started playing my strings that I was hitting. And so I didn't do it.
I got to tell you, it's a ballsy move to bathe the cat you don't know.
Yeah.
So I've had cats that have laid sideways in the litter box because their back legs didn't work and crap like that. Even to watch that cat, was a pain in the ass. So I'm surprised that cat was docile enough to not rip you to shreds.
But you did say kitten, right?
Yep, he was just a little guy back then. That was years ago.
I'm assuming you still have this cat now?
Oh, yes. We took him to the vet, and he didn't have a chip, and we tried to find the owner because he was just I couldn't believe it, that no one was claiming this lovely little kitten that looks like a raccoon. And, we got to keep him. We still have him.
How much like a raccoon? Like, does this kitten look enough like a raccoon to forgive your wife for this? Or are you kind of like, babe, come on, man?
Well, honestly, it did look like a raccoon, but I was like, that's a baby kitten. Pick him up.
Well, why was she so scared? Because you're saying it's a kitten, so no matter what, it's small, right? So even if it was a raccoon, is she just scared of your average woodland creature? I mean, when it's that small, why was she panicked?
We have a raccoon problem at my house. Now, we also have an outdoor cat, and so rest in peace, Baba Yaga. He just passed away. But,
Baba Yaga. Baba Yaga.
Yep. He's a killer. That cat brought home a live mallard duck.
Well, yes, that's what they do.
Wow.
I mean, if you have an indoor-outdoor cat, I mean, they're going to hunt at night, and they're going to bring you stuff if you have a cat door or a dog door or whatever you got.
Yep. Baba Yaga brought in a live mallard duck. And so I had to catch this thing thinking it was mortally wounded, and I caught it with a box, and, had it in a box, brought it outside, opened up the box, and it flew away.
Yeah. See, they don't want to bring it to you dead.
No.
They want to bring it to you still. They play with that thing for hours before they finally decide.
Of course.
It's time to drag his ass in,
So when you say you have a raccoon problem, what kind of problems do you have with the raccoon, other than them just being present? My son, we have a family of raccoons that live somewhere in a yard. I'm not 100% where, but they're somewhere. Nobody cares. But my son is convinced that the raccoon hides under the car and is going to attack him when he takes out the trash because one night, about a year ago, I think he was taking trash out, just saw the raccoon. But my kid's back in the house in a heartbeat. I'm like, what's going on? Because there's also, mountain lions, coyotes, all this. He's like, it was a raccoon. I'm like, that big, fat, slow-ass raccoon. I'm like, brother, just take the trash out. You'll be fine. He was, no. I said, dude, It's a raccoon. It's not rabbit. No. So just this last weekend or within the last week, I asked him to take the trash out, and he was in and out in like a second and a half. I'm like, what's up? He's like, I'm just convinced that raccoon's hiding under the car. I'm like, that raccoon does not care about you. He's not waiting for you to come outside to attack you. But he's convinced himself of this. So are you getting attacked? Is it just eating your crap or what?
These raccoons at my place, there's a group of them, maybe 5 or 6, and well, they come to steal the cat food, and so we would bring the cat food in at nighttime. That's when the raccoons usually show up.
Yep.
But they are not afraid. They are not afraid of you.
No.
I mean, if you left out that food and you went out to get it, and the raccoons are out there, they're not budging. It's their food now.
Well, my buddy this just happened 2 weeks ago. He had he has a Ring camera.
All right.
It was going off all night. And it wouldn't stop. He looked, it's a family of raccoons.
Yeah.
All right? They're doing their thing. They're out in this little front yard area. They are digging up his yard. I mean, there's babies, there's mom, there's dad. They are digging up his yard and eating the grubs that are in the ground. When he came out the next morning, it looked like a herd of pigs
had
gone through
everything
and decimated his yard. Just to eat those grubs from whatever beetle that thing is, whatever the hell they
Apparently grubs are delicious.
Guess so. Who or what was on the other side of the door? 206-803-ROCK.
I mean, the raccoons are so good. Like our buddy, right, that moved into our neighborhood, like he's got a serious issue too.
Really?
Because it's like they go through his trash cans, and then his girl made a little garden, and they just destroy it.
Huh.
At will.
I will say, my wife's very good out there in the garden. We do not have, I think it's squirrels that piss her off, but overwhelmingly, the raccoons, the possums, they all leave her crap alone. I think because they know her. Mm-hmm. And so, like, she will find you and she will kill you. She's like Liam Neeson in Taken if you mess with her stuff.
Who or what was on the other side of the door? 206-803-ROCK.
If you ever see that classic one, I forget what kind of animal it is, but the guy basically sets up like a cam to see who's eating.
All right.
Is it a beaver? You've seen it, right? And this animal keeps going to his yard, but it sees the camera, so it just sits in front of the camera.
Oh, it just eats?
Yeah, it's like a little groundhog.
Yeah, and he just eats whatever he stole.
Radishes.
But it's funny because he just sits there like, yep, what are you going to do?
But he only does it in front of the camera. It's like he faces the camera and looks into it while he's doing it.
Yeah, he's just rubbing it in that guy's face.
Yeah.
By the way, just real quick, regarding airplanes, the duct tape they use apparently is like a super tape. All right, so
I was going to say that makes more sense.
This duct tape they say, Miles, there is 200-mile-an-hour duct tape. Perhaps they're using the 450-mile-an-hour duct tape, but everyone says it's a better version. And then as far as the plane being too heavy, this makes sense. All right, so you guys made the emergency landing in Billings or the equivalent of it. They take the body off, fine. The reason your plane is now too heavy is because, as everyone pointed out, the runways in Billings are not like the runways in major cities.
Makes sense.
They don't have enough clearance.
Oh, I see.
That makes a lot of sense.
It has bugged me for years.
Yeah, when you said that, what? That makes complete sense. Like, look, man, we just need less weight to be able to take the hell off without slamming into trees and stuff.
Yeah.
And I feel like if they said that, I'd volunteer in a heartbeat.
You can't drop people off at an airport that's closed.
That was the main issue.
Yeah, so what do you do if you say, look, I volunteer to get off the plane, but the airport is not open?
I don't know. All I know is we sat there for a while after that ambulance left with the dude in it.
Yeah.
And then, they asked for a mechanic and then something else. And then, you could hear it in his voice when he's just like, as you can tell, this airport's closed up for the night. Like, he seemed pissed.
Well, he probably tried to convince the flight attendants, like, hey, man, let's at least land in Spokane. Or so, just a slightly longer runway, right? Maybe the airport's open. This is
also,
going to be
we were in Billings. It couldn't have been much more than 90 minutes left in that flight.
That's what I mean. You're already that close. I bet you he was pissed.
You got to walk.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a bus coming. Hello, Candy. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
I'd had a bad wreck 2 weeks prior, uninsured driver. So I got a rental car. And one day my daughter and I were going to go run errands in it. And we both went to the door and I forgot something. So I went back and I got it. And as we opened the door across the driveway, a huge tree just slammed on the top of my car. Of course, I didn't get the extra insurance, to cover that in case something like that happened.
Wait,
so I was
that's on you?
That.
A tree falls on the rental car and they hold that. If you don't get the extra, that's on you.
No, not the whole thing. Just the deductible part was on me.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
that's not so bad. So, do you think if you did not forget something, would you have pulled out before the tree fell, or would you have been in the car when that thing came down?
In the car. absolutely in the car. It was only like 10 feet away from me, and it only took that amount of time. We would have been sitting in the car when that sucker slammed down on us.
Why
Yep.
do you think the tree fell down? I mean, was it a dead tree, anything like that?
You know, it wasn't. It didn't look that healthy, and it had such roots that were just flat out. You know, the trees around here just flat out, not deep, not deep at
No,
all.
they're wide. They're as wide as the perimeter of the tree, but they're just sitting there
not
like
deep.
a foot and a half, 2 feet down.
At the most, it was unbelievable. Yeah, it was like, how was it standing? There was
So-
nothing holding it down.
If you had been in the car, do you think there's any chance you would have survived, or that would have been the end of Candy?
The end of Candy and my daughter, Candy's daughter, yes.
What is Candy's daughter's name?
Kimberly.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you knew
Kimberly.
your own kid's name.
Yeah,
Just checking.
Oh, yeah.
Miles' daughter.
Damn.
Steve's son, yes. Who or what was on the other side of the door? 206-803.
Would have been the end of Candy and Candy's daughter.
Yes, and Candy. That's the way they'll be eulogized.
Yes, third person.
Hello, Gary. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bitch, holas.
Hola.
So, 1982, I'm 12 years old. My dad is quite the ladies' man. It's 10 o'clock at night or so, maybe around 11. I'm in bed sleeping. My room is downstairs. My dad's room is upstairs. I hear this pounding of the front door, just constant pounding, relentless. My dad's not answering it. I don't know why. Finally, I get up, go to the door. As soon as I unlock the deadbolt, the door flings open. I fall back, and it's a woman yelling, "Where is he? Where is he?" And she's yelling my dad's name. She runs up the stairs right to his room. I hear a loud bang where she had kicked in the door. My dad's in there with another woman. So this is one of his many girlfriends who he just never broke it off with, and he's with another woman.
Now, how long does all of this go on in the house while you're standing there at 12 years old?
I went back to bed, pulled the covers up over my head, and just listened. My room was right underneath his, and there was yelling back and forth. I could hear my dad saying, "It's not what it looks like. It's not what it looks like." And to this day, I'm like, how is it not what it looks like?
Yeah.
You should have yelled that from your bedroom. Dad, how is that not what you
This
said?
object is smaller in the mirror than it actually is.
No, Dad, I think she's got a handle on things. So how long were they going back and forth?
Probably a good 10 minutes. Well, for the one woman who broke through the door, she left first.
Did you wait? Hold on. Did you know either one of these people like on a personal basis?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. These are ones that we've gone bowling with or roller skating with her kids, all that kind of stuff. So I knew. Yeah.
Now, did your dad ever address this, or was it was never spoken of again?
So they both left probably about 5 minutes apart. I don't know if he finished the deed or not, but he came down to my room, and I was crying. I said, "I'm sorry. I shouldn't have opened the door." And he gave me a big hug. He said, "Don't worry about it. It's not your fault. Don't worry about it." And that was about it.
Did your dad continue to be a player throughout his life?
For the next few years, he was definitely. I mean, he was a product of the '70s. He was into disco and all that kind of stuff. So he was with. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Parents Without Partners.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, there was a lot of women to meet at those things.
Parents Without Partners. I've never heard of that one.
Did he have a solo mustache?
No, he never was a big facial hair guy.
Okay.
He was bald with a comb over, though.
Oh, cool. That's why the
and
ladies
he
loved
still
him.
was slaying it.
Yeah.
That's like a strike against you, and you still overcome that.
Yeah. A comb over, man. That's like compression socks. It's impossible to be sexy.
I've never heard of that.
Parents Without Partners.
I've never heard of that.
There's a ton of dating sites now that are just like single parents.
But this is different because he's talking like 80, so it's a much looser, or like you can't just go online and set this up. And say,
You got to
"We're gonna
go and
there."
meet someplace and meet up.
You got right. So it's a whole thing, and I know two of my friends at various times in my life, and oddly enough, both of them fathers, never the mothers, were a part of that. And keep in mind, in neither case had the mom died, but the mom had left, and then you got a sense of why they left when you kind of saw how the father carried on after the fact. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, wow, 'cause there wasn't a ton of divorce back then when I was growing up, but then
I mean, it
anybody's
says it's just an
explained it.
organization for single parents.
Yeah. It's here. I mean,
Yep.
it's in Seattle.
That's what it is.
Who or what was on the other side of the door? 206-803-ROCK.
This
We made it to drinking time.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
What time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink test and Stephen Throwhill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we toast wildlife, specifically in the Czech Republic. For the past 7 years, the Czech government and various environmental agencies, as well as their military, they've been struggling to get the necessary paperwork to build a series of dams to restore water to various areas. So after 7 years, they finally concluded they could actually get it done relatively cheap. It cost up about $1.2 million. But they had to go through more paperwork, more of their bureaucracy. And while this was going on, turns out a family of beavers moved into the general area, and in 2 days, keep in mind, they've been working on this for 7 years, haven't even started construction. This beaver family moved into that area, and in 2 days, they built a series of dams that literally solved all of the problems. Wow. They sent their environmental task force out there going, there's no way these beavers felled all these trees in the right places.
Power of the beaver.
But they said they did. Like exactly where you
It's
guys.
amazing how they felled them, too. I mean, it's precise.
It is
It's
insane.
insane.
You
That's
spent
what they do.
7 years of paperwork trying to get all this crap done, but these beavers showed up like, let's go ahead and do a dam here.
That's why when you
It's
see those
solved.
pictures of a beaver smashed by a tree, you're like, how did
Oh,
this
man.
happen?
You're
How
the dumbest
did
beaver out
this
there.
happen?
So, cheers to the beavers. So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bichola. Would you with an octopus?
No.
The Men's Room Top 10.
All right. I recently acquired some octopus knowledge.
Some octopus knowledge.
Yeah.
All right.
Of course you have. I mean, just why wouldn't you?
Why not?
Octopus wrestling was a real sport. Do you have
Really?
that?
No, I don't have that.
It was big out here because of all the giant octopus in the Puget Sound.
So you just grab two, put them in a
Ready,
tank,
fight.
and-
No. Dudes would put on scuba gear.
against those big ass.
And you'd have to go down there, rip one of its out of its cage or little wherever it's hiding, and kind of wrestle it up to the surface. But they realized over time, this is right after people were fighting bears a lot.
Yeah.
And they realized that it was boring because you couldn't see the guy getting the octopus till he was at the top.
Sure,
So that's why they stopped doing it.
Yeah.
Not because they're screwing with doggone octopi.
That had nothing to do with it.
So I've got here 10 octopus facts, and I thought instead of just reading you guys some fun octopus facts, I'm actually going to test your knowledge of octopi.
Of octopi?
That's right. We're going
Well,
to see
you've
what
come
you guys
to the
can
right
do.
place as Ted.
That's right. Ted knows it all. Play along at home. So here we go. Question number 1. What type of animal is an octopus? Miles, I know that you think that it's an alien, but it actually does classify into a single
Is
type
it a
of animal.
cephalopod?
You nailed it. It is a cephalopod.
It is. But isn't a squid also a cephalopod?
I believe so. So cephalopods are invertebrate animals, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, and
Well, also,
all right.
squid does have that cartilage, but it's not really a bone.
It's not a bone, it's cartilage.
Yeah,
it's
it's
like sharks.
It's like what's in your nose.
And it also
Yeah.
qualifies as a mollusk.
Really?
Yeah.
I was going to say mollusk.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna, what?
Counts as both. Counts as both.
You're that kid in class. I was going to say that, teacher.
Test your octopus knowledge. How many hearts does an octopus have?
3.
3 hearts? Any other guesses?
5.
5 hearts. Miles.
7.
You nailed it, Steve. It's 3.
All right.
I was going to say that too.
You were 2. You were going to say 3 too? 3 hearts. That's why they can love 3 partners in one life.
That's why I like octopus.
Hey, God forbid you give one to the Grinch.
Yeah. 2 sizes too small, mother. How much weight can a single suction cup on a giant Pacific octopus, because that's the breed that we got here, so you know they got all those little suction cups.
Yeah.
How much weight can one single suction cup carry?
Ooh, that
50 pounds.
200.
200 pounds.
Sounds stupid. I was going to say 50. I was. So now, all right, 100 pounds.
You guys are all over 35 pounds.
Oh.
One sucker?
I wonder if they could do
single
that,
sucker
that
can-
suction cup therapy on you. Yeah, you got one on your back. You know
Right?
what I mean? He's just taking care of all the hot
You would think
spots.
it would do the same doggone
Exactly.
thing.
No, no. They asked too much and they wanted to unionize.
Yeah,
That's why we keep doing it as people.
Just stick it on your back like a backpack. Let it take out all the pain.
Yeah. Come here, buddy. Come here. Some 10 octopus facts. About how long do octopi live?
3 years.
3 years.
Oh, no. I bet they live a long time. I'm going to say 42 years.
42 years. Miles.
2 years.
2 years. Steve, you were the closest. 3 to 4 years
3
on
to 4
average.
years.
However, some of the smaller species live only 6 months to a year.
That's it?
Yes.
Suckers.
Unless they're eaten by a shark.
Because I was with Ted, I thought that they lived decently long lives.
They really do not.
No.
I know there's a geeky yourself. You guys watch that Octopus Teacher movie?
No,
I have
I
not.
should have.
I swear to God, it's worth it. It's very interesting. It's just interesting.
Okay.
It's not a lot of action, not a lot of people dying or anything like that. Well, the octopus. Well, I'm not going to tell you that.
Back to the giant Pacific octopus. How much can the giant Pacific octopus weigh?
I will say.
For wrestling them.
It's not really like. I bet it's not as heavy as you think it is because it kind of morphs.
That's
right?
what I'm thinking.
So I'm thinking 20 pounds.
20 pounds.
They get what, like about 6 feet big, I guess, somewhere around there. The giant octopus.
Seems like their
There's some that
arms-
get really, really big.
their
So
tentacles
more than
would be-
6 feet, I think.
50 pounds.
50 pounds. Ted Smith.
I'm going to go up a little bit and say 65.
You're the closest without going over. They can weigh over 600 pounds.
Whoa!
Jesus.
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
What?
Wow.
I wonder if they're just filled with water, because I thought the same thing, Miles. You know, they got the big balloon on top.
Yeah, but that doesn't. The arms, the tentacles would have the weight.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would think so because the body looks like it just morph into whatever the hell.
Well, if a single sucker can hold 35 pounds, and however many suckers they have per arm, right? You got to think, all right, it's got to be dense and strong.
Exactly.
nothing wrong.
That's how I like my ladies.
Yeah, good suckers.
Dense and strong.
With some good suckers.
Yeah.
Sturdy. Multiple suckers if necessary.
Put that on your profile.
Yeah.
About how many eggs does a female lay? Again, 10 octopus facts. How many eggs does a female lay?
10.
500.
500. Miles.
1,000.
You were the closest without going over. Up to 100,000 eggs.
Damn.
Ooh.
And
You know what's weird?
That's a
man?
lot of kids.
And generally, she dies shortly afterward.
I don't know if this is true of the giant octopus or all octopus, but there was something on a couple weeks ago. I watched it with my daughter, and it's this whole mating ritual between these two octopi. All right. So
Octopus sex.
the female octopus had already collected sperm from a male.
Yeah.
But just because she collected the sperm, she's not necessarily fertilized her eggs. She's still looking at suitors.
Okay.
So homeboy comes along, different dude.
What up, man?
And he does all the stuff he's got to do to prove to her that he's worth it. So basically, she scoops out all the other octopus's sperm and just tosses it in the ocean.
Later.
And then the male octopus, the new suitor,
Yeah.
he gets to put his sperm in her sperm carrying pouch or whatever.
Yeah, sperm spot.
And I was like, I did not know it was like that, and I'm a little bit disturbed.
Right. So that is not one of my facts on there, but they do have one specific arm that's like sperm filled.
Yeah, it was the sperm arm.
And it's also detachable. So sometimes there's times when females are coming onto males a little bit too hard, and they're like,
Rip the arm
"No,
off."
man, you get a walrus coming after you. Yeah, they'll rip it off and like throw it at her, like, dude, go after yourself. I'm out.
Oh.
It's like someone ripping off your penis.
Yeah.
And just
But they
throwing-
grow back though. They grow back with full mobility and full what's the
I
word?
wish my penis did that. That'd freak people out at parties. Ta-da! I'm going to chop my penis off.
When octopus get bored, they often do what? Often, this was in my facts, they often do what?
When they're bored?
Mess with people.
When they're bored, multiple choice. When they're bored, do they play with small fish like dolls? Do they eat their own arms? Do they blow bubbles? Or do they dismantle crabs?
Dismantle
crabs.
No, they eat their own arms.
Oh, wow.
Because they're bored?
They're bored. I wonder if that's like chewing fingernails to them.
I mean, do they grow back?
Yes.
The tentacles?
Yeah.
Okay.
Full mobility.
All right. Because people chew their fingernails grow back.
Exactly. 10 octopus facts. We've kind of been dancing around it. Do octopus have arms or tentacles?
Arms.
Both.
No.
Arms.
They do have only one, and you're right, it is arms.
Yeah.
I wondered
what's the difference between a tentacle?
That was my next question. So, octopi have arms. Squid and cuttlefish have 8 arms and 2 tentacles. Arms have the suction cups that go throughout the entire length.
All right.
If you look at squid and cuttlefish, when they attack something, they shoot out their tentacles, which I would call those arms over tentacles, but they have these big long arm extensions. They kind of have that paddle. That's where the suction cups are.
But just at the paddle.
Correct. Just at the end. The
arm.
tentacle.
That's the tentacle.
The tentacle has
just
suction cups just at the
end.
ends.
Huh.
Yeah.
Why do we have suction
That's how you make them laugh. Tentacle.
Tentacles.
Tentacles.
That's how many laughs. That's how many tickles.
The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Family movie night. Interrupted by police and guns when a search warrant was served to the wrong house. Oops. Leaving a Detroit family terrified. Movie night, mom, fiance, some children, even a 9-month-old little girl present when they hear a bang at the door. That's when Detroit police apparently burst in with guns drawn. The mom, Brittany Weaver, picks up the story from there. Sitting in the living room watching a movie. All of a sudden, we see through the window and hear, "Open the door!" So we move to the back, wondering what's going on. Then they start kicking down the door. As you can see, the next thing you know, they kick open the door and have shotguns with beams on them. I'm thinking one false move and we could get shot. Possibly my children. So I'm just complying. They're saying they had a warrant for the home. They say they've been watching the house for a long time. And the guy they're looking for is very, very dangerous.
We've been watching the house so long, we're at the wrong one.
However, the suspect was not there. It was just Brittany and her fiancé with her children. She recorded most of the interaction, and by the end of the video, Detroit police quickly realized the suspect was not there. Then the tone softened between the family and officers, but nonetheless, they were terrified when they finally figured out they were at the wrong block. By the way, the suspect is still at large.
Yeah, he probably saw the cops down the street. I'm just curious, how much time do you get from the time the cops say, cops open the door, and then they kick it open? Because every video I've seen, basically they say, open the door, and before any human being has a reasonable chance of doing that, your door's blown open. Right? Open the door. Boom! And then it's open. Like, well, I was going to, fellas. You just give me a second.
Does it matter if they have a search warrant or not?
What do you mean?
Like, maybe if I just suspect Miles is doing something and I'm a cop and I gotta like knock a few times. I feel like if they have that search warrant in hand, then you're right. Like a lot of times they're just in there. Because they do no knock warrant service too.
Yeah, I would say just we're going to kick your door open, not hey, open the door. Because if I'm in the process of walking over to my door, because I hear that you were cops, I will gladly do it. But then your door's kicked open. And now I'm just standing, directly in front. I don't know if now I'm construed as a threat because I'm right behind the door, right?
So when I broke my ankle, I was running, and it was in the afternoon. I can't remember what day it was, but it had to be the weekend because it was during the day. I stepped in a pothole and just basically, severely sprained my ankle. It was bad. Like I was having a hard time. I knew right away. Typically with a sprained ankle, you kind of pop up, and then you try to reassess the situation, and then the swelling starts. You realize, okay, I messed this thing up. I knew immediately how bad this was based on just the pain. I just assumed I broke it. So the closest house was probably about 200 yards away. So I start hopping and doing my best to just get there, All right. 2 cars in the driveway, whatever the deal is. They have steps. So there was no handrail on the steps in front of their house because they have like an elevated home.
Yeah.
So I crawl up the steps. And then there's a flat area of a sidewalk.
Always a good look, yeah.
And then I crawl up the porch steps. And I'm knocking on the door, but keep in mind, there's no way for me, the way this porch was, it was kind of like a porch that spans the entire front of the home.
Yeah.
There's just no railing or anything for me to push myself up. So when I knock on the door, I hear someone say, "Who is it?" And it's a woman. And I'm like, "Hey, it's your neighbor. I just sprained my ankle." She's like, "I don't see anyone out there." She was looking through the peephole in the door. I'm not there. I'm on the ground. So I'm banging some more, but I'm banging like seriously, like on the bottom of the door.
Yeah.
Finally, she goes and gets her husband. He opens the door and he looks straight ahead. He's an older gentleman, and I'm like, hey, sorry. I'm pretty sure I just broke my ankle, and by that point in time, I'd already taken my shoe off to assess the damage.
So they can see how bad it is.
I'm trying to see myself.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to assess the damage. And I said, hey, man, I live like a mile away. I said, I just stepped in a pothole outside. And he's like, oh, I know that pothole. I'm like, I bet you do, because it's, pretty substantial pothole when I fell. He's like, I tried to fill it in with some rocks. And I was like, well, you did. It was just, there was one big rock in there, and it just snapped my ankle in half. But that guy gave me a ride home.
Oh, nice.
All right. Gave me a ride home. Then I went to the hospital. I told the story like a couple weeks ago when a woman called about the same thing. At the Geo Prism, which was clutch.
Yeah.
And I'd broken my left ankle. And so just putting my foot down on the clutch, I mean, it was excruciating. I basically just had to take my arm and jam my knee down.
Oh, yeah.
And just scream just to be able to put the car in gear. It was absolutely horrible.
But that pain is worth the money that it costs to be in an ambulance.
Oh, then when I get to Arundel General, or Arundel Community Hospital, whatever the thing was, so they have a big emergency sign. But a couple weeks before that, they had changed their emergency entrance.
Okay.
But the sign's still up. So when I go to the door has a paper sign that says the emergency room has now been moved to the other side of the hospital, which is problematic.
Yeah.
It's an emergency room. This is a hospital. The hospital is pretty decently sized.
Yeah, yeah.
So at that point in time, I'm like, oh, no. Like, what in the hell? Fortunately, some dude was on the inside.
Okay.
You could still get in the door.
Yeah.
It just wasn't the emergency room. And the guy was there. He's like, hey, man, can I help you? I was like, pretty sure I broke my ankle. He's like, dude, I got you. He wheeled me all the way to the other end of the hospital, took me to the ER.
Nice.
So I got a ride to the hospital, and some dude wheeled me down the hallway. I was like, that's living. This is ridiculous. Who or what was on the other side of the door? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Aaron. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So I went to college in East Texas, and we used to drive over the border to go to Shreveport, Louisiana, because you could drink when you were 18. So I met this girl there, and she's like, "Oh, I go to the same college you do." I was like, "Great," and I said, "I'll give you a ride home." So I gave her a ride home. We talked. She's like, "Oh, I'm single." Blah blah blah. We kissed, and that was about it, right? And like, okay, cool. I'll see you around. So the next day, it's probably around 11, 12, because I was hungover. I get a knock at my door, and it's my roommate saying, "Hey, there's somebody here to see you." So it was an above garage apartment, and he lived in the house. And I walked downstairs, and there's this big guy with a cowboy hat on, probably about 6'2", standing there with this younger kid who I recognized. And he goes, "Hey, heard you made out with my girlfriend."
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, yeah, and I said, "I'm sorry, what?" He goes, "Yeah, you gave my girlfriend a ride home last night and heard you made out with her." I said, "Look, man, we talked. She told me she was single. That's what she told me." He's like, well, we're together, whatever he said. I'm like, dude, I don't know what to tell you. That's what she told me. I'm sorry. And like, we just kept going back and forth and back and forth. And then this kid that was with him, I recognized it was an ex-girlfriend's younger brother. So the guy he's with, he goes, "Hey, Cowboy." So Cowboy was the guy who came to beat my ass. And he pulls out, this is the only time this has ever happened to me, and this isn't in a sketch neighborhood or anything. He pulls out a gun and just pulls it out and shows it to me, and goes, "Hey, you want me to shoot this guy and get it over with?" He's like, no. He tells him to put it away. And the guy was drunk, the big guy. And I finally looked at him. We'd been going back and forth. I'm like, she told me she was single. I don't know what to tell you. That's what she told me. I wouldn't have made out with her if I had known, especially if I'd known it was him. And,
especially if it's you.
You're right, exactly. And I said, "Look, dude, I was tired of arguing." I said, "Let's just get this over with." I said, "Let's go out in the street. You beat my ass and let's get this over with." And he goes, "Well, I'm not going to fight you if you're not going to fight back." And I said, "Dude," I was like 160 at the time, and he was probably 215. I said, "Dude," I didn't say I wasn't going to fight back, but I'm pretty sure I know what the outcome's going to be.
It just won't seem like it while you work me over.
You know the end of this.
But I promise you I'm fighting. So how did he find out? Did his girlfriend, non-girlfriend tell him, obviously, that you guys are made out?
That's what I assumed. She must have. I mean, I don't know how else he would have known. Well, I mean, there could have been other people from, could have been other people from the college that told him, but I assume it was her.
So did you ever see this woman again?
I did not, but I saw her around, but unfortunately, so he drove in 4 hours from Oklahoma State University. He was on the football team there.
Of course he was.
Yeah, and so after this happened, he left after I said, well, why don't we just get this over with, beat my ass, blah, blah, blah. So then I see him like the next day, and he comes back and he's sober, and he apologized to me, which still I was like, yeah, okay, and I accepted it, but still didn't enjoy the situation, especially the gun thing. And to make matters worse, I guess he wasn't very successful on the football team, so when he didn't make that, he actually wound up going to the same college as I went to as a junior college, so I had to see him quite frequently.
Was he decent to you after that, though?
He was. But, it was one of those things where, like, it was just always kind of odd. Like, who knows? That maybe that he could have been a decent dude. I don't know. But it was just always odd to be around him after that situation.
I mean, look, it's not that you want to broach the subject with the guy, but I would feel compelled to ask, like, all right, so I said just take me out to the street and beat my ass. And your response is, I'm not going to fight you if you're not going to fight back. But you're willing to shoot me if I am unarmed. I mean, I'm just saying, like, would we do a duel so that I am
where's the logic?
Right, you won't fight me if I don't fight back, but you will shoot me while I'm unarmed. All right, that's maybe flip those two.
I think that was just his little punk friend way of trying to be cool or whatever. I don't think he ever had any intention. But, it was at my place. And, I don't want a gun pulled on me or shown to me, I should say, anywhere, much less where I live. So
how was the kiss, by the way?
It was pretty good.
All right.
There's a lot of it. At least there was that. So
you should have told him, hey, man, I did not know that you guys were dating. Side note, lips of an angel. My God.
Who or what was on the other side of the door? 206-803-ROCK.
Yeah, also, like, dude, if she's getting a ride home from me and is lying about this, like, she's probably been cheating on you a lot.
Oh, guaranteed. Or she's one of those chicks who, like, wants to make a dude angry.
Right, yeah.
Well, there was a weird thing. In college, if you went out of town, it was just unspoken.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, if you're going like your buddies, he goes to a different school, you go there and party. It didn't matter if it was your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever the deal was. You could just assume at that age that people were going to hook up, regardless if they had a boyfriend or girlfriend or not. It really was. I mean, I that doesn't justify it.
No, but at that age, in that environment, like,
I'm just saying, when that guy's when he's at your front door with a weapon,
oh yeah,
and he's that mad at you, it's look, you could be mad at me, I get it, but like if she's doing that with me, she's probably doing this a lot.
Oh yeah. In fact, ask Chuck down the hall.
Let's spell it out for you. Dating a whore. All right?
Do you understand? You understand what I'm saying?
Right. You get it now?
Oh, now you're willing to fight me. Okay.
Yeah, I hope you're using condoms, dude.
Yeah, football player. Great.
Hello, Gabby. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So me and my fiance, we were babysitting for my best friend's dog in Renton, and this was a normal occasion. We would probably babysit every month, about a week at a time. She was a big traveler, and one night I'm cooking dinner, and we just start hearing screaming on the other side of the apartment, like right next to us, and we're like, what the heck is going on? So, of course, we've never had this happen before. We used to live in an apartment ourselves, and we grab, like, little glass cups like you see in the movies, and we start putting our ears to the wall, and we hear, did you F him, Ashley? Did you F him? And we're like, uh-oh. And we didn't know what to do but just listen. And so when we started hearing it getting more heated, and then we started hearing glass break, and we started hearing her scream, we immediately called the cops, and we just asked to remain anonymous. And because it wasn't our apartment, we didn't want to get my friend Emily in trouble.
Yeah.
But it was, like, unbelievable what we heard. It got to a point where there was, like, 3 cops at the door next to us.
Now, as you're listening with the glasses intently on this conversation, what is the conclusion that you came to? Did they F Ashley?
Oh, yeah. No. She definitely cheated on the guy. She definitely did, because he was crashing out on the other side, like crashing out. He had more than enough proof from the sound of it.
Oh.
Yeah,
I see.
How long were you listening to this before you called the cops?
Probably about 10 minutes because it was, I would say between 5 and 10. It was just all of a sudden it started getting louder, and then we heard the glass break, and then immediately she was screaming, so I can only imagine he had her hands on her, but we don't know for sure, so that's why we just were like, that's it, we're calling the cops.
That sucks. Man.
Yeah, that was intense.
Okay, so just real quick, having never done it, if I put a glass up to my ear and listen to the wall, does it actually amplify the sound?
Yes, it does. It really does. But at the same time, it's still muffled. Like, it still sounds like you're underwater. But, no, you can definitely hear it.
And at any point, did you want to yell, hey, say that again? We didn't understand that part.
No, but we were hearing everything that clearly. It was unbelievable.
Wow. Okay.
Didn't one of you guys bang on the wrong hotel door someplace and have somebody answer and tell you?
I've done it in Vegas.
Was that you?
It was awful. I was just a floor below mine, and I was convinced it was the right one. I mean, when that guy opens that door, the level of anger, because it's like 3 a.m.
Yeah. Oh, no.
And he is just like, you are at the wrong effing door. Like, you bang on it again. And I'm like, right? And I mean, I'm trying to say sorry, but he is pissed.
Right, yeah.
And he was a big man. I was like, Jesus Christ. And I mean, but you know those, I mean, the hallways look all
they're identical.
Exactly
they're identical.
All the same, yeah. But yeah, it was 3 a.m. Yeah, that's one time I thought that guy was just going to hit me.
The whole thing I did in Vegas, and I did it on purpose.
It's happened to me too, though.
Oh, really?
I mean, it's happened in my own apartment. Because ours kind of look, they look all the same. Same thing. It's like 11 o'clock. Some dude barely knocks on my door and then starts jiggling the handle, and I look in there, and it's just a dude, and I go, like, wrong door. And he didn't even say sorry. He just kind of ran upstairs. So I'm guessing he wanted to be one over.
Probably.
Like a building over because they look the same.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's pretty simple. But anytime they look like that and then it's late at night, like you don't want somebody doing it, but you hear these stories. In Vegas, it's the closest I ever got to me almost doing it.
I made someone angry, but it was intentional. So it's Castle's wedding, and I'm with Batman at this time, and we've been drinking all day. But we're up in my room. We're gonna head back down to the casino proper, right? And as we're going down the hall, we hear music coming out of this room, and the door wasn't completely shut. It's a little ajar, and I hear these chicks. So I pull up my shorts, like right below my gooch, so you look as stupid as you possibly can. I take my foot, and I like nudge the door open, and I do like this dance. And I always remember 2 chicks are sitting on the foot of the bed. The other one's sitting in a chair at a mirror. All of them were putting on their makeup to get dolled up for Vegas. They did not say a word, all right? So the door flies open. I'm doing my stupid dance. Batman's doing his typical laugh in the background. These 3 chicks look at me and, like, in unison, just slowly shake their heads. I mean, to the point I felt really stupid, all right? So, no big deal, whatever. We go down to the casino. We have a good time. I see them the next morning. Now they're in the hall. I'm walking down the hall, and the one chick taps her 2 friends. She's like, that's the dummy. That is what they had nicknamed.
That's the dummy.
That's the dummy. And they kind of smiled, but it wasn't. Not enough of a smile for me to bring it back up. I just kind of held my head in shame. Like, yeah, I was just drunk, being stupid. But yeah, there's something about 3 hot chicks just shaking their heads like,
yeah, not amusing, dude.
Not at all,
Not
dude.
cool.
There's the dummy. Like, cool.
Who or what was on the other side of the door? 206-803-ROB.
And like, I'm guessing their early 20s.
Yeah, probably early to mid-20s. Because my wife even, why did they say that? And I told her. She's like, you're so stupid. I'm like, that's all it was.
Yeah, because now it's not just the dummy, but it's like, am I the old dummy?
I'm an old dummy.
Damn.
I was the old dummy. Yeah, for sure. Hello, Alex. Welcome to the men's room.
Liquor and whores.
Liquor and whores.
Man, I've always wanted to say that. Thanks for doing that for me.
Sure.
I went to school at Baylor in the great Waco, Texas, and very kind of Baptist religious organization. And my freshman year was living in the dorm. So very can't have girls or can't have boys in the other dorm. And, very 1930 of it. And Friday, went out with a girl, had a great time, took her back, snuck her out the next morning. It was pretty fantastic. Thought I'd never see her again. Next day, we were at the football, going to the tailgates, and not an over-exaggeration, over 30 phone calls, maybe 40 to 50 text messages. Every tailgate, we changed tailgates, and there she would be just kind of following us around. And so this lady just would not disappear, and I was getting pretty freaked out about it. And 18 years old, decided not to go out that night because of how creeped out I was by this lady. 2 a.m., my roommate shakes me awake, and he goes, she's here. And I was like, what do you mean? And then I just hear like a banging on the door. just a lady screaming kind of muffled, "Alex, I know you're in there. Let me in." And it's like 2 a.m. And at this point, I'm like, man, if a woman's in here, that's like grounds for expulsion. This university is expensive. Like, it's just kind of like spiraling a little bit. And eventually, the three of us decide to let her in with the purpose of getting her out. And she is black out, just sloppy drunk. And I'm like, man, we can't leave her here. But obviously, she can't stay here. Like, what do we do? And so I kick her out. While I'm kicking her out, she's undressing, like taking off cardigan, like whatever it was. And we're fighting to keep her clothes back on because we do not want a naked drunk lady in our room at 2 a.m. while all of us are sober as a priest. And so we finally get her to get out, and I try to go back to sleep. About 3 minutes later, I get a call from a buddy and says, "Hey, this girl that's been following you around, she's outside just passed out on the concrete." So I go outside, and there she is in a half-dressed state, just laying in the middle of this giant parking lot.
Hello.
And of course, hey, Alex, call back, man.
Yeah.
I just want to hear how that ended.
Who or what was on the other side of the door? 206-803-ROCK.
.9 KISW. The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill.
All right, come up here at 5:08. We'll drink and toast with the shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check out with Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Well, thank you, Miles. There's an article detailing a little history of the jack-o'-lantern, and they weren't originally pumpkins.
I did know this.
Do you know what they originally were?
I do, and that's the only good use for them, turnips.
Correct.
Yeah.
How do you make a turnip into a jack-o'-lantern?
With skill, Miles.
You can have a paring knife.
carving other vegetables was a big deal. Vegetation. And then for some reason in America, we really were like, we like the pumpkins.
It's bigger, and it's probably easier
we want
than
to
a
eat
turnip.
the turnips.
No, see, we got that backwards. Like, eat the pumpkin, do whatever with it.
My neighbor, big into fish in the Grateful Dead.
Okay.
Nice. He said, I got something you got to try. And I was like, all right. So I go over to his house. He's just got weed. But he's got a hollowed out cucumber. Have you guys ever smoked weed out of a cucumber?
You know what? Last week.
It is unbelievable.
It's refreshing.
It's refreshing.
That's what... The smoke is it's cold. It's clear.
No kidding.
It's really different.
Okay.
I've done different fruits. Never a cucumber. Not that that's a fruit. Technically, it is. It's got
It is a
seeds.
fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That counts.
You prefaced it the correct way, though.
Yeah.
He's a big fish guy, loves the dead.
Smokes weed out of cucumbers.
Right, he's sitting at home.
He's tried everything. Yeah, exactly. He's tried it all.
If it's an apparatus that he can make, he's done it. According to experts, walking is good for you, and walking backwards can actually add to the benefits.
Are you serious?
Yep.
I've heard that before.
I literally read this yesterday. Oh, crap. Was it Julianne Moore? One of these older actresses.
Is she considered old now?
older.
Okay.
If you're old enough to play a mom in Hollywood, you're old, right?
Damn it.
But she was saying and I believe it's her. It might be someone else. But she was saying, yeah, one of the things I do, man, is walk backwards. And I'm like, what are you talking about? But apparently, it kind of reinvigorates your brain.
That's exactly what
blah, blah, blah.
It's your reverse mechanism on your legs, but your brain has to think and work to get this because it's not normal.
And she literally said, do it uphill.
You ever seen an out-of-shape defensive back?
No.
Well, so their career's running backwards.
Yeah, you know what? That is a good point.
That is
a really good
position
point.
in football for a reason.
Yeah.
I'm going to start walking backwards, Mike.
Attaboy.
Right out of this room.
Think I helped Michael
Goodbye.
Jackson. Does the moonwalk count?
I'm just being healthy. And he's gone.
And he's gone.
He actually left. He just left.
More and more Asian hornet sightings are happening in Ireland.
Leave the Irish alone.
Get out of here.
What are you doing here?
We don't want you.
Why about on Irish hornets?
It's too cold for you, bee.
Back away. I've already got the fair skin.
Right, bug off.
We got enough to worry about here.
I saw one in the pub. Yeah, as big as a shillelagh.
That's right.
What's sake?
The Irish just insult them until they leave. What, you gonna sting me with a little stinger? Okay.
What you gonna do with that there, lad?
If it stings you, there's only one way to solve it. Whiskey.
Whiskey. Just part right on it. It's gonna feel good. Burns.
I'm
real
going over
nice.
there next year. If I get stung by a goddamn Asian hornet while I'm in Ireland, I'm going to be pissed.
Multicultural.
Let me ask you this. What makes you Asian? What part are you from?
What is your last name, mate?
Are you an Indian Asian or a Japanese Asian? Chinese? What are we doing?
That's pretty good. It's just some drunk guy talking to a hornet.
He's just having it out. Pull up a pint. Let's have a chalk.
He split the G.
Bottoms up, lad.
Good to have you.
Good to have you
It's
here.
gone from hate to like, I love this bastard.
We're going to domesticate the hornet. We're going to make you a nice fella. Why does the world hate you so? We'll find out. Now he's Canadian. Let's put your thinking caps on, boys. Time for the Merriam-Webster word of the day. It is a B word.
Bitch.
It is a verb, and I give you guys a 90%. 90%.
Big bitch.
That's not a verb.
It's an adjective.
That's an adjective, damn it.
Bigger bitch.
Big-breasted bitches.
90% success chant, a B word that is a verb. I'm sorry. No, it's an adjective. My bad. It is an adjective. I didn't change that part of my setup there. It's an adjective used to describe something that happens twice a year or something that happens every 2 years.
Bicentennial.
Biannual.
Biannual.
Bicentennial would be 210.
Yeah. Back to Palm Springs. He goes.
Hey!
Really, yeah. Looking forward to bye week.
Go there twice a year.
200 years, you say now.
The second 100 were the fun ones.
Yeah.
That's right. Those were the good ones. A lot of potatoes. A new study found that a mother's voice can boost the language center development in preemie babies.
Oh, no kidding.
Hey there, Junior. You're going to be fine.
You ever met an Asian hornet, have you? Well, yeah, that's why they tell the moms to talk to their belly, right?
Split the G there, lad.
Just look at you, smaller than a pint. You're healthy, huh?
The preemie baby. You showed up early. That's not the Irish way. You got to be a few minutes late. Oh, jeez. More than 100 endangered hellbenders have recently been released into the wild in Ohio.
And what are hellbenders?
I looked this up. They're salabenders, basically.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't Google. A hellbender?
Hellbender.
That is a hell of a name.
How do they help the environment? Do we know?
I don't know. But, you know, they're always good for, like, curbing insects and whatnot. Like, reptiles and salamanders. I don't think that they count as reptiles. I think they're actually amphibians. But they affect
the salamander, it's definitely it's a amphibian.
Right.
They're large. So
they're large.
People also ask, is the hellbender venomous? Although they are large and slimy, contrary to popular belief, hellbenders are not poisonous or venomous. In fact, they're quite harmless. They're just disgusting looking.
All right.
Is the hellbender the same as a mud puppy?
So why do they call you a hellbender, lad?
Pull up a stool next to the hornet.
We're just going to talk to all the animals out here today. It's going to be fun. Fun fact, the brain possesses a, quote, dual navigation system for risky decisions and uncertainty.
What do you mean?
There's
Just like both sides, like
couple
this
ways
is a
that
bad
we-
idea.
yeah, a couple
the other
ways that
side
we can go
says,
through it.
It is a
I
bad
mean, is it-
idea, but do this.
Is it like, I don't know, going through that haunted house and like,
Yeah.
my brain
Fight or
was-
flight, basically.
Yeah.
Well, okay, here's the difference. We're in a controlled haunted house.
Yeah.
So it's quote unquote fight. If we were just walking through a house and that actually happened, I'm out, bro.
Yes.
I'm telling you
You're
that
not
right.
walking in the house in the first place.
No. You could tell me
There's
it's
a
a haunted
damn
house.
demon on top of it.
I might walk in, but once one thing pops out of the wall, like, I'm out.
Right.
Guys, do your thing.
Later.
I still don't know how Phil and I got put up front of that.
Neither do I. You guys just went first.
Well, I realized I was up front, so I'm like, well, you can't be a bitch about it, man. I do not want to be the first. I'm like, all right, just go.
Then I'm just behind you screaming like a banshee. Ah! God damn it.
I swore you were going to start taking swings, Ted.
I realized at one point I just had my fist up.
It is game 4 of the ALCS, and yet again, it's been my mission to educate us on knowing thine enemy, as it were. So I decided let's get a little bit into it.
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10.
So this comes to us from Unfocused.com, and it is 10 things you didn't know about Blue.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK from the Pinky's Plumbing Studio. You're in the men's room.
10 of Rock's most hated songs coming up at 4:30 with Taryn Daly and Steve Miggs from the Daily Miggs Morning Show. In the meantime, our question, who or what was on the other side of the door? 206-803-ROCK.
And we have Alex back. Alex, if we remember correctly, you went to Baylor. They're pretty hard on the rules. No boys in the girls' dorm, vice versa. You make out or have sex with the chick. You think it's a one and done. She now gets around to stalking you. She has shown up at your dorm. She is hammered. You're just trying to get her out of there, right? Because you don't want her staying there. Only to find that you hear your roommate tell you, look, man, she's not in our apartment, but she is passed out completely, in the parking lot of your dorm?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's like a 4-story parking garage that fed into there, and it was there's high traffic, people coming back, people leaving, so it was general safety concern. I mean, this was also the time that Baylor was being investigated for the Title IX allegations, so it was like a very top of mind kind of issue. So we were spiraling a little bit. Luckily, my roommate called his girlfriend who lived in the same dorm that she did, and so together we managed to carry her. At some point, she walked back. And it's like a good 20, 25-minute walk. Normally, a little bit longer with a drunk sack of potatoes. And we were walking, and the campus security came by in their golf cart. And my short life flashed before my eyes right there. I'm like, man, I'm going to jail. I have a drunk woman over my shoulders if we are going through campus at about this time, 2:30 in the morning. Luckily, I had my roommate's girlfriend with me. She was very explaining of the situation, and I was like, "Hey, if you want to take her, all yours. I have to wash my hands of the situation." They did not. They followed us kind of safely driving as I continued to carry her the whole way, which I thought was kind of a bad move. Like, come on, guys. But eventually, we get her to the dorm. I leave her at the stairs, go home, try to get some sleep. Doesn't really happen. But the good news is she had left her backpack in my place the night before, and there were 3 handles of liquor in there. So that was a gold mine.
Okay then. There's your win. Now, did you have to deal with her anymore after all of this?
Yeah, she somehow got a letter under my door, and all it said was, "Can we still be friends?" And after that, I just see kind of her around campus, but no. Besides that, it was my roommate's girlfriend, who ended up being a really good friend, made it abundantly clear that we would call the cops if she reached out to me after that.
All right. Okay. Damn.
Yeah.
All right.
They have a friend.
I've never had someone like me that much.
No, not after just sex one time, man. Good
Magical,
Lord.
whatever you got there.
Uh-huh.
Who or what was on the other side of the door? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Ken. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola. Back when I was in the Army, stationed here at Fort Lewis, I was chilling in my barracks with my old baby mama, which shouldn't have been there. Got a knock at the door. Open the door. It's the local barracks bunny. Told so-and-so, hey, the door's for you. As soon as she comes around the corner, she Spartan kicks that bunny across the hallway out my doorway.
Go. Oh. What do you do in this moment? Do you just close the door and resume, or what?
Yes, sir.
That's it.
I was very happy with her reaction.
All right. Okay, that's very simple.
Jesus.
Open the door, kick the bunny. All right.
Barracks bunny.
I've never heard that term before.
Neither have I.
But
No.
I immediately knew what it was.
I've heard buckle bunny.
Buckle bunny. Now we have, what is it, barracks bunny, lot lizard. Does it have to be alliterative? Is that the whole thing?
So
Lot
so
lizard.
he kicked the girl he was with?
No, I think he said baby mama ended up kicking barrack bunny out.
Oh.
right? That's what I heard.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sparta kick.
A Sparta, yeah. Sparta.
Just get out of here.
Hello, Wayne. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Anyway, when I was younger, like 7 years old, we lived in Southern California. My dad lured a cat from an abandoned house that was next to us. I'd become our cat because we had mice problems because of that abandoned house.
Uh-huh.
Well, she had one litter. They were able to get rid of her, the kittens. Then she had another one, and we were so poor they couldn't afford to get her fixed. So one evening, me and my dad drove the cat and all the kittens out to a orange grove. There was a bunch of orange groves down there in Southern California.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Don't worry, they'll be fine living out of these farms." And so about 4 to 6 months later, I was home on the couch watching TV, and I heard a little noise at the door. And I opened up the door, and there was that damn calico cat.
Oh, he came back.
She found her way home. And we drove I'd say a solid 20 to 30 minutes out, away from home.
Now, were you happy to see this cat or unhappy?
We were happy. They scrounged up the money to get her fixed, and we kept her forever.
All right. Okay, so it was a positive end other than the kittens that got left out in the middle of an orange
Yeah,
grove.
it was like a Lassie thing or something. It's like, how the hell did you find your way back?
What did you end up naming this cat?
It was a calico cat, so her name was Callie.
All right.
Well, it makes sense.
You're in
based
Cali.
based on where you live.
Was the cat pissed? Did it realize you had just left it out there?
I don't think cats get mad like that. I think, oh, dude, you completely forgot me out there. But I'm back.